In the brick-and-mortar realm of the business world, there is one indisputable principle. Property ownership is fundamental to our way of life. Now, this value is embodied in the first 5 words of the Realtor's Code of Ethics. Under all is the land. At John T. Arnold Associates, this concept has been their focus for more than 4 decades. But as far as this Wichita realtor is concerned, their story is not about them, but is instead a tribute to the character of their industrious hometown. In 1972, John Arnold wanted to build a brokerage around Christian principles that led him to see real estate as a means to serve others. To that end, Arnold formed one of the very first registered limited partnerships in Kansas.
It was formed by John in order to purchase real estate with numerous partners. And so those people that typically would not have owned real estate had a chance to.
A loyal alumnus of Wichita State, John Arnold began what would become a long-standing tradition of hiring shockers when Marlon Penner joined the firm in 1973.
John was a great mentor. We all learned by doing. We drove around and we looked at properties and we talked about properties, and he took us to meet clients and he helped us through the deals. He was tough and he was demanding, but he was very fair and he always had the customer in mind.
In the early 80s, Don Arnold joined the staff and an almost intuitive partnership rapidly developed between Marlon and John Arnold's newest protege. It was a partnership that became the firm's leadership in the years to come.
Well, we are very different in personality, but there is a mutual respect for one another. And in 32 years, we've never had an argument.
We've had disagreements, but never an argument. And part of the benefit is that we both run ideas and suggestions through a totally different set of filters, so that we really complement each other to a high degree.
The brokers of John T. Arnold Associates have always chosen to make their home in the heart of downtown. They've also devotedly pursued its development, beginning with their renovation of the iconic Sutton Place and the landmark Wolf Brothers building, which revitalized the corner of Market and Douglas and earned a Keeper of the Plains award.
We do have a commitment to downtown, both in our presence here as well as in ownership of properties here. So our roots are deep here, and we really believe that for a city to be successful, they need to have a vibrant downtown.
Land and buildings may be the stock and trade at John T. Arnold Associates, but the firm has always seen property as a means to achieve a much more important end, the economic development of our city.
Marlon Penner has been to Germany on more than one occasion to try to bring in business from that country into Wichita and the surrounding area. And that's one example of what I think real estate companies can do and has done for the community.
We have been very fortunate to have built a network of relationships there that is really starting to pay off. And it's a long-term process, but it's an important process because we truly are a city that has global ties. So we look for some good things to happen in the future.
Finding solutions for their clients is a creative process for the team at John T. Arnold Associates.
If I give John Arnold a listing, I can depend on them working it, advertising it, not just waiting for the phone to ring. They always are coming up with great ideas, unique ideas. They're committed to making the city a better city.
We're very proud of the team that we have built. Lowell Richardson brings a great deal of experience and maturity to the firm. Lisa, our office manager and director of finance, brings to us an incredible amount of technology capabilities. Timber is our young guy. He came to us in 2002 and had a career in professional baseball. And when he retired, he got a real job and he came with us. So when we work for a client, we all work for that client.
A devotion to ethical standards and professional skills also led the firm to establish a chair of real estate at Wichita State University.
There's been 5,500 students that's been involved in the program since it started. And so it's brought the professionalism up, and I think the records would show now that there's certainly a payoff in that regard.
About the same time that John Arnold was opening the doors of his first office in Wichita, World Impact was beginning its work here.
Well, it was in the early 1970s that a group of us moved into the inner city, and one day I drove John around the neighborhood showing him where we had hundreds of children, teenagers we were working with, and from that time on, John was a part of our ministry. It's now almost 40 years since I gave John that first ride around our community, and our company's still involved with us.
I like to be involved to help make Wichita a better place to live and work, and give back a little bit to the community for all the wonderful things it's done for me and our business and the members of our firm here.
From the ambitious Water Walk project to Wichita State's downtown campus to the new Sunflower Commerce Park, John T. Arnold Associates has considered it a privilege to be involved in so many ventures that have served their clients and their community well. From their corporate home in the Center Point building at 100 South Main, Marlon Penner, Don Arnold and company look out on a downtown they help to renew with a shared sense of pride to be in this particular city at this particular time.
Wichita is just a good, wholesome place to do business. It is large enough to make big things happen, yet small enough to allow anybody who wants to, who has ambition, to be a part of making things happen. We really have a fine city.